So I've been a full-time content creator and model for the past 10 years. And what you see when you look at my social media is someone who lives this epic life, traveling around the world, surfing these beautiful destinations, freediving, and just living this healthy, adventurous lifestyle. But I think what a lot of people don't understand is how this is actually a business, especially because this is such an unconventional career path that is constantly evolving. But I don't know, I thought it would be fun to break down all of my streams of income and how I've managed to make this work for the past decade. I started Instagram my junior or senior year of high school, and at the time thought really nothing of it. However, through building my Instagram, I was also able to combine it with modeling, and being based in Los Angeles also helped as well, being able to go to casting calls and to jobs. And I've been lucky enough to have the opportunity to model with quite a few larger brands like Hollister, Google, H&M, Jeep, GoPro, Skady, Jolyn, just to name a few. I was kind of able to differentiate myself from other models by being kind of an active model who could surf and swim, and for commercial reasons, sometimes this was necessary. That's definitely how I was able to get a foot into the modeling industry and build my portfolio. And over time, as I was able to gain more experience and get more exposure, of course, this led to getting more and more jobs. Fast forward to now, Instagram is still my favorite platform because I'm able to post on it pretty consistently. It's also been the vehicle of being able to travel to all these amazing places around the world, doing collaborations with airlines, hotels, tourism boards, and oftentimes getting comp stays in exchange for content and exposure. So I signed with a management agency, I think around 5 years ago, and I work very closely with my team. Any inquiries I get through my email, I forward directly to them. They handle all of my negotiations, the invoicing, the contracts, and pretty much does all the hard behind the scenes work so that I can focus on creating the content. So the second source of my income is through Instagram. I personally don't make a ton of money through the Instagram Reel bonuses. I always do sign up for them just in case, but I think the most I've made is like maybe a few $100s from them, so nothing too substantial. So the way I get paid through Instagram is working with a brand. Basically, a client slash brand will work with my management team to create a scope of work and come up with a bunch of deliverables that they're interested in. When my management receives that information, they then send over my rates in this nice little package that usually includes my Reels rates, carousel post, story rates, and also paid usage, whitelisting, things like that I don't completely understand, but they do. And then when they present me with the offer, I can either counter, decline, or accept. And when I do accept an offer, then I wait to sign a contract. At this point, I've already reviewed the creative brief and the talking points and have agreed to them. I do my best to only accept authentic partnerships with brands I truly care about and use and stand behind their product or whatever they are selling. I think you have to really be mindful about the number of ads you put on Instagram, because most of the time your audience will get pretty weary seeing so many ads from you. So you definitely have to balance out paid sponsorship stuff with organic posting to keep your audience happy and coming back to your page. Obviously, follow count, engagement, and demographic matter a lot when it comes to negotiating rates and presenting rates to the client. And more recently, link clicks and conversions have been really important. So it's obviously in my best interest to create the most authentic, but also aesthetically beautiful and captivating content that I can. So now let's move on to YouTube, which is technically my biggest platform with a little over 320,000 subscribers at the point of making this video. So YouTube is interesting because there are a few ways that you can make money. The first is through Google AdSense. So how much you actually make with Google AdSense is based on your CPM, and it's basically how much engagement and impressions you're getting per 1,000 views. I know that you have to have a certain amount of subscribers and watch time in order to get your channel channel monetized, but my channel has been monetized for I think 10 years now, give or take. Let's actually take a look at my YouTube analytics, and I'm seeing that it has exactly been 10 years of having a YouTube channel. So since May 6th of 2015, and I just want to pull my lifetime stats just to get an idea of how much I've made through AdSense alone in the past 10 years. So my channel has gotten 34,566,544 views so far. This is updating live. My subscriber count at the moment is 322,055. And with the monetized views from that number, I have made $107,804.86. My top video has 2.9 million views. My second top video has 1.9 million views, but unfortunately the music I used in that video is copyrighted by Jack Johnson, so I think any money I made may have gone to him. So you get paid by Google AdSense every single month. I think the highest paid month I had from Google AdSense was $7,000, but it was because one of my videos did really well. I think it got like 400,000 views, and I posted quite consistently that month. So obviously, to take advantage of Google AdSense, you want to be consistently posting high quality, engaging videos that could potentially go viral. And of course, posting longer videos leads to longer watch time, which often leads to higher engagement and higher CPM as well. But my main source of income is not from AdSense, although I wish it was, because that would be awesome. But most of my money from YouTube comes from paid integrations or dedicated videos. So really similar to Instagram, it'll be a client reaches out to me about having a placement in a video. I of course refer them to my management and they work out the deliverables. But usually when I do accept a paid ad on my YouTube video, I have read through the creative brief, I read through the call to action, the talking points that are required, and I will accept or decline based off of those things. Some brands are more strict than others with your verbiage for legal reasons, and then other brands can be really chill, really organic feeling. It honestly depends from project to project. Most of the time, I'm able to film these integrations on my own, just with a tripod or handheld. It's usually like a very casual POV type of video. For the bigger jobs, I often hire a filmer. And after doing this for so long and networking and connecting with creative people, I have a whole roster of creative people that I like to work with depending on the job. So when I do need to hire someone to help me, I'll reach out to them, tell them what the scope of the product is, what I need help with, and how much I can offer them. UGC, or user generated content. This is actually one of my favorite ways to make money because this is something you don't post on your platform. It's something the brand posts for their marketing use. So when I do get a UGC project, I produce a shoot, I model in it. I usually figure out the creative behind it and then hire a photographer or a videographer to help me, edit it all on my own, and then send it to the client. So I am really my own little production house all in one person. I really enjoy these projects. I have a lot of fun doing that just because I'm really organized and I love being creative. One of them I recently did was for the brand O'Neill, and they're obviously like a surf beachy brand and they wanted those vibes. It is currently winter in California and winter weather is so fickle here. One day it can be like 75, gorgeous and sunny, and then for the next few weeks it can rain every single day. So that is pretty much exactly what has been happening here this winter. I looked at the weather forecast and I saw that there was one day that was going to be so stunning, which is the day I decided to shoot this campaign. And then another UGC shoot that I'm currently working on is with Arrowhead Water. Kind of the same case has been happening where the weather has been really gloomy and rainy lately. And because I have content deadlines, it can be kind of stressful when the weather doesn't work out, especially when I want to shoot something here locally instead of booking a trip around it. A few days ago, it was the best chance for sun. And when we were first starting the shoot, it was gloomy, like cloudy skies. And the brand wanted like sunny summer beach vibes. So I had to make it work as best as I could. But as the shoot went on, the sun magically came out, so it all ended up working out really well. But it can just be kind of tricky doing UGC shoots for like my aesthetic, which is like sunny surf vibes, because it's not always like that. My favorite way to shoot anything for social media is to go on some epic surf trip. I always find it easiest to get things done. However, it is nice when I get to utilize Southern California as my backdrop, because I do live in such a beautiful place. And of course, that also means more of a budget for me to pocket at the end of the day if I don't have to pay for flights, accommodations, food, and then also bringing a photographer or a videographer as well. I definitely still feel like a beginner when it comes to TikTok, but then I grew to really love the platform, and I really like how I can post things specifically to TikTok that don't go on my YouTube or my Instagram. So a lot of times it's like more candid stuff or more fashion related or like more vlog style. I have been able to do a few brand partnerships on my TikTok. Obviously the rate isn't as high as my other platforms because I only have 60,000 followers on TikTok, but it is an app that I'm having a lot of fun with, and I think that if I can somehow get more paid stuff on TikTok, it's so much easier doing a paid ad on TikTok versus building a whole YouTube video around it, as you can imagine. But yeah, it's such a powerful platform. I have a lot more to learn, and there is just an infinite amount of potential there. Since 2020, I have partnered with Jolyn to co-create a surf line, and I think I've done 4 collections with them now, which has been so fun. But basically, I work with the Jolyn team very closely to design a collection. I go into their office to do design meetings, sample meetings, fittings, figuring out colors, patterns, prints. And then when the samples are ready, also producing a creative shoot to shoot the campaign. And then I also have a scope of deliverables to do every time. I am so grateful for this partnership because it's a true merge of business and pleasure for me. It's such a dream to be able to create my dream line of like surf suits. Total dream, and has been a really good source of income. And there may or may not be some more lines in the future. Income source number 7 is Poshmark. You can sell your lightly used or new clothes. So it's a great way to not only clear out your closet, but to also buy secondhand things that are in really good condition still. In my line of work, I receive a lot of clothes, shoes, accessories, and swimsuits for free. And oftentimes when I'm finished using them, I don't want to keep them, or I just have too much of it and I just want to edit out my closet. So that is usually what goes on my Poshmark. And although it's a small income source, it's a really nice way to keep everything in check and also make some nice side money from it. Just because I'm curious, I want to see how much money I have been able to make with Poshmark. I've had Poshmark since July 23rd, 2014, so basically when I was in high school. I've had 1,227 orders with a total earned of $27,672, which is not bad for things that I would typically just give away or donate. It does take a little bit of time to upload each item, but I think it's worth it. And my last source of income, which makes this source number 8, is through affiliates. This is a very tiny portion of income, but it is still income nonetheless. There are a bunch of platforms that you can do affiliate links off of. There's quite a few that I use for specific brands like ShareSale, for instance, but then there's also LTK and Amazon. And basically I promote these links through my Instagram stories or through YouTube. It's really not a big source. I think I probably make around $200 or $300 monthly from affiliate links. But there's a lot of potential in affiliate links through like Pinterest or blog posts that I fully don't know how to use, but I know a lot of people can make good money doing that. So to wrap it all up, I just wanted to say a few final things. I think with any job, there's obviously pros and cons. When you share your life online, of course, you're subject to scrutiny from random strangers, which can be very difficult to deal with. And you definitely need to have a lot of confidence in who you are. So many times I've gotten just the most random, bizarre comments that I think when I first started may have offended me a bit, but after doing this for so long, it doesn't affect me. For me, it's more like a reflection on whoever is commenting and how maybe negative their life is at the moment. A really good way to see hate comments is more engagement equals more money. So even though it is annoying to be scrutinized and have assumptions made about you, I think that is one of the cons of this job. The flip side of the coin is I have had the privilege of meeting so many of you guys, and every interaction is so special to me, and it blows my mind that wherever I go around the world, people have seen my videos or it's impacted them in some way. And it honestly makes everything worth it when people come up to me saying that they were so inspired from my videos to learn how to surf, to travel, to be healthier, or maybe it helped them go through a really difficult time. And yeah, it honestly makes me quite emotional when people come up to me and tell me that. I think it makes it all worth it to know that my videos bring joy to people and have impacted them in some way. Another con to this job is having a lot of screen time, of course, keeping up with the trends, what's popular, comparing yourself to other influencers, looks-wise or engagement-wise can be really poisonous to your brain. There's a lot of expenses from this job, from travel costs to photography and video costs, having to hire filmers, having to meet deadlines. But I think that the positives from this job way outweigh the negatives. Basically getting paid to do what I love best, which is to travel and surf and be in the ocean, and of course connect with people. From a financial side, I was able to buy a condo when I was 25 years old and having financial freedom, not having to fly economy class for long haul flights anymore, which I did a lot when I was first getting started. And a few years ago, I had to create an LLC for tax purposes, which has been really funny because I'm technically a business owner, but also the sole employee. So I pay myself a yearly income, which is pretty funny to think about, but I've definitely learned a lot about what it takes to own a small business. And I learned a lot about taxes and how to manage your money in a smart way. So yeah, that is a breakdown of how I make money through social media. The past 10 years have been such a journey, and I'm just so grateful that this exists. I'm really curious to see what you guys think and if any of this surprised you at all. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Disclaimer, that is a call to action that a lot of YouTubers use because it does help to boost the engagement and it then helps with the algorithm. So please, if you did like this video, make sure you do those two things. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video and for supporting me on my journey. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.